Greetings, my friends. This is Maerlande. War begins this episode. So let's hang out and see how the action goes. Starting with turn number 16. Someone claimed a throne, not me. And no slaves yet. So let's see what's going on. Very little expansion going. I'm going to take out these barbarians. And then keep building forts. Building forts, recruiting troops. Bit of a look. Got a sacrifice going in this fort with its temple. This fort here got a sacrifice going. Making a few slaves. Bought a few independent commanders to start patrolling so we can get the blood hunt going. Back at home for recruitment. Going for some eagle warriors. More high priests of the sun. Basically, I want to have enough high priests of the sun to do divine blessing where I need it done. A little bit of action, just moving some dudes around here. And that kind of sums up most of what's happening in turn number 16. You can see, just bringing everybody together. So now we're down to the borders are relatively fixed. I have no more expansion. I'm going to have to decide where I'm going to go. I am going to shoot for this water province here. Sea trolls, 4 of them roughly. Could be plus or minus. For those who don't know, reports are 50% less than what's there or up to 200% more. So we're somewhere in that ballpark of probably between 4 and 12. Over here, amber clans. Well, I'm a long way from being able to deal with amber clans, so we'll not fuss with them. Grab this other throne. That's pretty nice. Got me some air gems. A little extra growth doesn't do me any good. So I've got 2 thrones now. If we look at statistics, let's take a quick look at the thrones. 9 points to take over. They're all level 1. And I've got 3 so far. So I'm doing well on thrones, but long ways from the end of the game. And I think that's all I'm going to talk about in turn number 16. There's no point talking about stuff where there's no action. Oh, maybe one brief mention. You can see I've got recruits set up here. I'm going to spam scouts. I need scouts for scouting, and I'm going to need scouts for moving blood slaves around. So let's try turn number 17 and see how the development occurs. Click, click. Takes a second. Turn number 17. Oh, interesting. Okay, off the top, construction's coming. I'm going for sanguine dowsing rods. SDRs is the common acronym. Those boost your blood hunting. Talked about that before. There's a battle in Wyndham. Alright, no troubles taking out those barbarians. I lost some slaves. Let's see how I scripted that. If I remember correctly, I put some sacrificial Micklin slaves up front to soak some damage, so my jaguars could get in there. There you go, see? A couple squads right up front. A few bits of slingers. One thing about barbarians, for those who know, they hit incredibly hard, so they kill stuff, but they've got pretty crappy morale, no shields, so you can shoot them to death easy enough, or in this case, we're going to go take them out with jaguars. Here comes the jags. We'll hit the fast forward button, F key for short. Yeah, there we go. We should be seeing some blood vengeance effects occurring, but I think the barbs are going to break very, very quickly. Even the slaves are able to kill barbs. Simple enough. Yeah, lost a couple jags, got some regen. So we know we win. There's really not a heck of a lot else to see here. I'm going to call it done. Now here's something interesting. Abyssia decided to attack Vanheim. So, somebody's trying to rush. Where is that happening? Right up over here. And he's using fishmen. Ichthy. Oh my gosh. I hate that stupid word. Drives me bonkers every time. But let's take another look and watch his fight. See if he's doing anything of real interest. It's always good to watch your opponent's fight. Okay, well, there's a non-existent script. Just basically stuff everybody in a pack in the middle and send them forward. And over here, I believe that's just the province defense, which does get one of those excellent magi. And you can see, should have noticed. Let's take a look at his bless. Fire 9, Air 2, and Nature, or Air 4 and Nature 4. Precision plus 2, hit points plus 4. Interesting bless. That's going to make his troops kill very, very quickly. And did you notice the fly sprite on that javelin was flaming? So it doesn't have a great deal of effect with just a couple of javelins, but that has potential. Okay, nothing much else here. I don't need to watch a bunch of fish guys fight. Special events. 1 air gem. Misfortune 3. Well, that's crappy, but I'm already a pretty bad misfortune. And some death gens. Worldwide event. Misfortune +2 everywhere, magic +1. Wow, I wonder how long those last. It's something I've never really figured out. So let's take a look. What am I moving here? I'm going to hit the Y key. Take a look. There we go. So I saw that fight with Abyssia, and I've decided that Vanheim's going to be my target. Could have chosen somebody else, but that's what I decided. So this border here, over here at Sulfuria, number 74, I'm going to consider fairly stable and of low risk, so I'm not going to worry about it. Plus it's a swamp, slow to move, and supplies are pretty crappy, so it's not going to be, an opponent's not going to be able to bring a big force that way. I don't have sailing, so there's nothing I can do about jumping across the water here, so I just have to pound forward with foot soldiers. So first off the bat, the Y key lets me see who I've sent. Pretty basic script, slingers up front, jags on the side. You can see I've got attack rear. I'm not using formations, keep morale up, and I don't think formations are going to matter terribly much at this point. The eagles I'm just going to leave back. There's not enough of them in my view to do anything. They would fly all the way to the back and just die. Eagles are pretty fragile. They can kill fairly well, but depends on the bless. And the important thing is they get to fly in battle when blessed. So that's advantageous for certain specific situations, but in this case, not something I want to make use of. And then I'm bringing forward troops from everywhere to reinforce here and keep pushing into Vanheim's lands. As far as forts, I now have 3 forts up. I could max out my Jaguar recruitment. And it looks like, let me see if I got blood hunting started. Not yet. So I'm getting ready. I'm going to start rolling out blood hunting fairly soon. And take a look, see what I recruited. So I'm switching around, getting a new Holly. That's basically for site searching purposes. They're not a mage I really use a lot with Maerlande. There are some nice national summons they can get. And the Astral's good, but for your higher Astral, the Moon Priests are better. But they do give me my least expensive and highest site searching for nature. And they do have a chance of grabbing the odd decent random. So turn number 17 is pretty quiet. I don't think I need to spend more time on this one. Let's move on to turn number 18 and see how this first battle goes. I wonder if he's going to think of the fact that I'm coming at him, or if I'm just going to be beating up some province defense. Construction's moving up. It's taking its time, but I think we talked about it. I'm not doing much research yet. I'll get it going. Darkwoods. Okay, so it was just province defense. So there won't be too much to see watching this fight. See whether or not my formations did the job I intended. Now, do the Jaguars get to the rear? Well, we'll hit the fast forward button and have a look. The slingers are off on the other side. Which way does he choose to go? His province defense militia are going for my slingers. Fine by me. Let's see if I can actually kill his Vanhers. Well, they did go to the rear to a certain extent, and they got him. So that's the end of that fight. Pretty successful. What other fights are going on? Okay, I went and took out those sea trolls. So now I have a water province. What exactly I'm going to do with that, I don't know. For now, I'm going to see if I can raid into him with the Kappas. You can see right now, it's late fall. Temperature in Vanheim's land is cold. So the river is frozen, solid blue. I could cross. Instead, though, I'm going to bring up reinforcements here from Winden at 82. And I'm going to send that army that was successful to raid a little deeper here at number 7, Nissia. and I'm trying to move. You can see lots of scouts moving forward. Let's get those scouts in place. Back in the background, I'm trying something here that's new for me. The Imp Familiar. Let's take a look at that. Oops, not construct building. Sorry about that. Forge magic item. So I thought these things were kind of interesting. If they're not working in combat, they give you a little bit of a research bonus. 5 slaves, that's very cheap. They're tainted, so they will slowly horror mark you. I wouldn't put them on a highly valuable unit. They're cursed, you can't take them off, but you do get 1 Imp Familiar in battle. So I've never tried them before, they're a totally new thing to me. I just wanted to see how they do. If I want to seriously boost research, I don't think that's the solution. I have fire magic. If I can get my construction up to construction 6, I can make the lanterns in the fire magic for 9 research points each. So that's serious stuff. Well, old age has given me some grief. What have we got? Diseased and mute. Well, I'm going to see if I can save him, but for now, I'm going to stick with my focus. A spell that's useful here in blood magic. And where is that funny thing? Anyways, it's Blood Feast, which lets you heal someone for the cost of 5 slaves and the risk they become a cannibal. But that's quite a ways away at my current research, and I do want to get the blood magic, or the sanguine dowsing rods prepped and ready to go before I start spreading my research out in a haphazard, scattered way. Recruitment, you can guess it's going to be pretty much the basics. Keep pumping out Maerlande priests and in this case, another tribal king. Always good to have a few. Looks like I stacked up a queue here, which I don't think really works all that well. Better off for commanders to just set them as the ones you want. And tossing out jaguars. Same thing. Maerlande priests and jaguars. Back at home. This time I'm grabbing a rain priest. Again, time to site search. So I'm going to get a selection of all of my different capital only important commanders and start searching my area manually. And that's about the sum total of it. So that's a nice episode, not too complex, not too detailed. We'll get back to this in the next episode with turn number 19. Have a good one. Hope to see you in game.